Back to President Trump's executive order on prescription drug prices. Here was the president earlier.
We are going to pay the lowest price there is in the world. We will get whoever is paying the lowest price, that's the price that we're going to get. So remember that.
Sounds too good to be true. Is it? Well, to help me figure that out, I'm joined by Julie Rovner, who is the chief Washington correspondent for KFF Health News and one of the best reporters in this space. I've known Julie for years. Thanks so much for coming in. Is it too good to be true?
Well, it's certainly...
the president said today, over and over again, drug prices are going to come down 59%, 60%, 70%, basically asking the American people to hold him to that standard.
There's nothing in this executive order that's going to make that happen. At least nothing that's going to make it happen immediately. This was a priority for the president in his first term. As you and I know, this is an issue that dates back decades. Right. Americans pay more for drugs than anyone in any other country, primarily because we don't really have a organized healthcare system the way most every other country does. They negotiate the prices of their drugs.
Very quickly on that, when there's a single payer, meaning the government is the payer, it negotiates directly. And that's one of the reasons. We don't have that, which is one of the reasons we have these higher rates.
But even when there isn't a single payer, there's some kind of organized way to negotiate drug prices. And we don't have that. And that's why we pay the highest prices in the world.
I read the executive order, facilitate, study, propose. That all sounds a little fuzzy to me.
Yeah, that's what most people are saying. And in fact, even the drug industry didn't seem terribly concerned by this, which suggests that it doesn't do a whole lot, or they would be a lot more concerned.
When we were talking to Dr. Richard Besser, we listened to a soundbite from the president talking about the middlemen. Let's just remind our audience of some very relevant recent history about drug price setting or participating middlemen. They're called
Pharmacy benefit managers.
PBMs, right?
That's right.
There was something in Congress in December about that. Tell my audience, remind my audience what happened.
There was a negotiated bill, House and Senate, Democrats and Republicans. It was in that big final bill that was supposed to go to then President Biden's desk. And
a continuing resolution to keep the government over.
It was attached to the continuing resolution. And Elon Musk, wrote on social media that, what is all the rest of this stuff in this bill and why is it here? And then President-elect Trump said, yeah, and off it went. So it is still there, negotiated, ready to be passed, ready to actually do something about making more transparency for these drug middlemen who negotiate, to the extent there is negotiation, who negotiate the prices. Congress could pass it tomorrow if they wanted to.
And there would be with that some prospect of lowering costs.
Some, not 70, 80%, but at least we would have a better idea of how they're doing it and how much money of it that they're keeping.
And when the president, Julie, said, as he did over and over today, well, all these other countries, once we start using our authorities, are going to have to give us this price. They're going to have to. They will have no choice. Is that even remotely true?
It's not the countries that are selling us the drug. It's the drug makers that are selling us the drugs. So, eventually we're going to have to negotiate with the drug makers.
And the representatives for the pharmaceutical lobby make a very aggressive case to members of Congress, to the media, to the administration. It's very costly to do the research on this. A lot of things we research don't come to market, so we have to have a price structure that allows for that experimentation. Some things hit, and when they hit colossally, but a lot of things don't. Is that spin, or is that more true than not?
It's both.
Okay, it's both.
It has always been both. It's true that to some extent the U.S. is subsidizing every other country. The president's right when he talks about that.
That he's on point with.
Absolutely. But, bringing our prices down to all of the other countries', price control set prices, what that would do to the industry, not entirely clear.
And it's possible there could be less choice overall if, in fact, all these rates were brought down because there'd be less research and fewer new drugs,
yes.
Possibly.
Yes.
That's one of the things that is.
It is. And then, of course, you can talk about what's going on the research side, too, on the NIH side, on the government research, but that's another discussion.
That's another discussion for another day. So glad to have you here. Julie
Nice
Rovner, thank you very much.